Today's episode of The Mom Game is once again brought to you by our friends at Cowden Cosmetic Dentistry, who have brought you all of the Mom Game episodes until this point. We are so thankful for them. As things continue to open back up and your life begins to return to normal, at least maybe not all the way normal, that won't happen for a while, but you're doing some of the things you need to do, like go to the dentist. Maybe you don't have a dentist yet that you've been going to. Here it is. Cowden Cosmetic Dentistry is here for you in all of your dental needs. They're especially there for you for all of your cosmetic dental needs, whatever that may be. So if you've put off those exams or those cleanings for a while now because you've just stayed at home and who cares what your teeth are doing anyways because there's more important things to deal with, well, now is the time to remember your teeth. Book an appointment now for a limited time. New patients will receive a free Sonic toothbrush. Emily and I both love ours. And no matter what procedure you need, your comfort, safety, and the safety of the staff will, of course, be their primary concern. So call Cowden Cosmetic Dentistry today at 972-380-6223, or you can just shoot them an email at info@cowdencosmeticdentistry.com. All right, welcome into episode 25 of The Mom Game.
We're a quarter of a century.
Yeah. Do you remember what you were doing when you were 25?
Oh, gosh. Yeah. I was the sports director at the NBC affiliate in Lubbock, Texas.
I was already the sports director at the NBC
affiliate.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm trying to think. I think I was definitely like covering the Stars, working for Fox Sports Southwest.
Yeah, I mean, what are you talking about? You're in a top 5 market working for a regional network.
Not really. I mean, I was just kind of floating around trying to get whatever work I could get there.
Because that's around the time I met you, because I got here when I was 26 or 27 is when I got to Dallas. But I graduated from college when I was 21. So I turned 21 in August of 98, and I graduated in December of 98. 3.5 years, magna cum laude.
Look at you. She's a braggart today.
You know what? I tell that every chance I get. You know what? Because it doesn't make a shit of
magna cum laude, though. That sounds so fancy.
Doesn't it? But it doesn't make a difference. Like in this career, as you know, no one gives a shit about your grades.
No, you don't even have to have a degree half the time.
No. All that matters is what you're now. It's like, I mean, before it was like a VHS tape that I had, and now it's like, what does your YouTube link look like, or your personal website or whatever?
Now
it's so crazy.
People are just posting their like reels on Twitter and trying to get retweets.
Like, hey, look,
which works.
It does work, but that's why I slide that in any chance I get that I graduated in 3.5 years.
You got to. That was hard work.
It was hard work.
So like 10 years ago we met. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Look at us now. Podcasting superstars.
We're podcasting so hard.
Just kidding.
I'm not kidding.
You're not kidding. No. She's like, I am a superstar.
No. I'm just saying we're podcasting really hard.
We are podcasting so hard. I know you flew on in here. You had a busy day. You have to go out to the ballpark after this, and your dress looks really cute.
Yeah. So, okay. So it's
I can't see anything, but I know you have a story.
I don't know what kind of material this is. What would you call it? It's cheap.
I'm really bad at
dress.
I don't know.
It's kind of like a silk nylon maybe.
I kind of just blanket say nylon to anything.
So when you ride in the car, you safety first, you put on the seatbelt, and then apparently I got like a little sweaty on the drive over from Fort Worth, and I get out and there's just like wrinkles everywhere. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe if I could stand up. So there's like wrinkles everywhere.
Yeah.
Wrinkles everywhere. And so I use a little trick where if an area is wrinkled, you just get it wet and then let it dry. And
even if it's on your body already?
Even if it's on your body already. And I learned this because, here's an OCD alert. So when my sheets get really wrinkled, like just like the top, like the top thing, it's like what, 5 inches?
The part that like kind of folds down?
Right. It's like the doubled up fabric. Mm-hmm. And so if it's too wrinkled, I can't have that. And so I will wet a wash rag and I'll get it wet. And I'll just wet that area and wipe it down and so it's wet, and then it'll dry without wrinkles.
Really? It dries and the wrinkles are gone? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you do that to the whole thing or just your section and you're just like, Mike can deal with the wrinkles?
No, the whole top.
Okay.
The whole top section. Like just that little 5-inch area. So you just wipe it down. Same way with like my kids' duvet cover. Like if it gets super wrinkled in a spot, just get it a little bit wet, smooth it out, and then it'll dry.
And you do this for clothes?
If when shit like this happens, yeah. Because then now I'm going to go to work and it's going to be a disaster. I know. So I'll probably have to do this a couple times.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, I think it looks great.
Thanks. Let's talk about the little Dallas Stars.
Yeah, let's go around the horn real quick with some sports shorts.
Oh, sports shorts.
I'm still working on. It's a working title.
I think someone's used
sports
that
in
one.
our shorts. No.
How about like sports skirts?
Oh, because we're girls?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that.
Sports skirts. I'm pretty sure no one's used that yet. Sports shorts. I'm pretty sure. Or like sportkini time, or I don't know. Sportkini. I don't know. Let's workshop
I like sports skirts.
Sports skirts. Okay.
And then we can also bring back the skirt, because whatever happened to the skirt?
What did ever happen to the skirt?
They're big in toddler wear.
Yeah.
Like Anna wears skirts, but I wish I could wear a skirt.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean,
it's not
is a tennis skirt kind of a skirt?
Yeah.
What's a skirt?
Yeah. Kind of.
I wear skirts, I guess.
Yeah.
So anyway, some sports skirts.
Sports skirts.
Sounds like squirts.
Let's not go there.
No.
Okay.
Sports skirts for the day. So this week is just crazy right now, because every other night we have Rangers. I'm not forgetting them.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
We have Rangers, and we can circle back to that. Okay. But every single night we have playoffs in Dallas. One of our teams is in the playoffs. It's August. It's so weird, but we waited so long for this, and now I feel like it's like a sports explosion. And there was no guarantee that it was going to last very long, but both of our little teams here are playing really well.
Yeah. The Mavericks, I think, I thought after game one, they kind of gave you some hope, and then you saw what Luka did. I mean, Luka is ridiculous. Like, it's unbelievable. And the fact that he's 21.
It's amazing.
And he's in our little sports bubble is just so amazing. And they're a fun team to watch. Like, they're fun. They're like Boban. Like, who doesn't love Boban? Like,
they're fun on and off the court.
Yes.
It seems.
Yeah.
And Luka's definitely leading the way. And the shot heard around the world on Sunday when he was able to win the game in overtime against the Clippers on a bum ankle without Kristaps Porzingis in the game. Really, like, literally put the team on his back and was able to get that done. Yeah. Were you watching?
No. So I was doing post-game Zooms for the Rangers. And so I was following on Twitter, though. And then all of a sudden it was just like, Luka, Magic. And you're like, whatever. And I was, so as a joke, I tweeted out, like, does anybody know what happened in the Mavs game? Like, because everyone was exploding. And then I did sadly have people take me seriously. They were like, you cover sports and you don't know what happened in that game, or
people can't wait to jump on.
Why do you take me
anybody on Twitter?
Take me seriously. But yeah, Lucas effing amazing.
Read your Twitter bio that says don't take me seriously.
I've asked you, please don't.
Yes,
take me seriously.
It's just like you can't draw up a better finish to a game.
I know.
And they deserved to win that game. He deserved to win that game.
And it was so fun to see like what NBA royalty had to say about him. Like all the guys around the league, like LeBron and, everybody just like tweeting about him. I thought that's cool. What an unbelievable feeling that must be to him.
Can you imagine? You know what I mean? We'll never feel anything like that
ever
in our lives.
Not even anywhere close.
That makes me sad, kind of. I'm happy for him, but what in like a pedestrian person's life would ever equate to that?
I don't know. You could do something really cool and be like, "You're the best mom ever,"
and then look at her,
right? About what a kick-ass mom you are.
You got your kid to bed at a decent time.
Right? Yeah.
I feel like that a little bit once I like
nailed
pop open
the
the wine.
Right. You fucking killed that ticker. Like that was the best ticker ever.
I never killed a ticker.
Legend. Ticker legend. It's amazing.
You interviewed the crap out of that doppelganger, Emily,
and
the crowd goes wild.
Yes.
The paper crowd. I was so just real quick because this is such a like goofy story and my life is so bizarre. I was driving back from Austin because I went for a quick trip over the weekend because I'm still alone with my kids because my husband is in the NHL bubble. And so I was driving back from Austin and I just had Anna. I left Ryder there with my mom. I was just kind of like, I forgot something. See you later. And it was him. He was really excited to spend some time with her. But Anna and I were driving back and I couldn't figure out how to listen on the app. So I just kind of gave up, and I was like, well, once I get close enough to town, I'll listen to the game, because I left about when it started. So the whole time I'm on the highway and trying to kind of pay attention, but driving. So that was scary. I didn't want to stare at my phone, obviously, but I'm getting close into Dallas. Finally was able to pick up the game for like the last 5 or so minutes. So the whole time I was driving, I don't know if you have this problem on road trips. I never want fast food, but when I'm on a highway and I see it, like every exit, it builds up. It's like a gradual climb until the end of my road trip. And I was just like, okay, I am getting a Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich. I am going to do it.
You got one.
I got one. I knew exactly where one was by the zoo. When you're coming into town, there's a Popeye's right there. Right next to the McDonald's that has like all the animals on top of it.
What was it like?
Oh, it was so good.
Was it?
I had one when they first came out.
Okay, I never had one.
Do you like chicken sandwiches?
I mean, I like chicken.
Okay, do you like fried chicken? Yeah. Or does it gross you out?
No,
okay.
It doesn't gross me out.
It is amazing. And I hadn't had one since it first came out. And for whatever reason, I just couldn't stop thinking about it. So I pull into the drive-thru, and it is the very end of the game. I have it in my radio. I'm going to order my spicy chicken sandwich, and Luca hit the three-pointer. And so Coop's screaming on my car. I'm screaming, and the poor person's on the other side of the drive-thru like, hello?
Wow, you're really excited for the spicy chicken sandwich.
Like, the timing couldn't have been
just when
weirder.
We thought the craze had worn off.
Right.
Here comes this lady.
Exactly. Like, doesn't she know everyone's kind of over it by now? And she's still over here screaming at the drive-thru. But that's where I was. And I'll remember that forever, because it's one of those shots that you'll remember forever.
Where were you?
And then I celebrated.
You were in line at the drive-thru at Popeye's.
I was like legit opening my mouth to order and heard that. And so I just screamed. And then I have this spicy chicken sandwich with like all this adrenaline. So I just like ate the shit out of it. Like before I could even get home.
I'm gonna have to try it. I'm gonna have to try it.
It was
That's
so
my assignment.
good.
My mom game assignment is to try the spicy chicken sandwich.
It's so good. Ask for cheese, because sometimes they don't put the cheese on there unless you ask. I thought it would have cheese and no pickles if you.
Oh, I like pickles.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't.
Especially if it's spicy.
Yeah, I don't like
pickles with spice. I'm in.
Okay, I feel like pickles are something that people either love or hate, and for them to just assume that you want the pickles on the spicy chicken sandwich is a little bold.
They should list the ingredients also on the sandwich.
Right. Yes.
I think.
So anyway, Luca hit the shot. I got the sandwich. It was a beautiful afternoon.
You got rid of a kid?
I got rid of a child.
Wow. Quite the weekend for you.
It really was. It really was.
All right, let's talk sports Stars.
Stars. Oh my gosh.
Dude, what the fuck with this team? Why do they... every time I'm like, well, this sucks. They're done. And then it's like literally 10 seconds later and they're like, oh, just kidding. It's tied.
It's
what's happening?
This is something Razor's never said this, but it reminds me of something Razor would say that I just thought about. It's like they were constipated like all season long, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, something hits that spicy chicken sandwich.
The Imodium AD kicked in,
and they are just exploding with offense.
It's crazy.
It's amazing.
Didn't somebody put one in off their neck or something?
Alexander Radulov scored off of his shoulder. It was one of the funnier goals I've ever seen, because he didn't even know it went in. So he's standing there in front of the net, bounces off his shoulder and into the goal, and he's looking down trying to get figure out where the puck is, and he's like, "Oh my God, I scored!" And that's just telling you that the Stars have a lot of I don't know, whatever it is. We have some puck luck, if you will, right now, but it's not just puck luck at all. We had Tyler Sagan on Bad Radio a couple of weeks ago. It was after the round robin play where the Stars just looked bad.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It looked like it was going to be a really quick stay in the bubble. And people up there were asking me kind of like, why should we believe in this team? Like, what are they going to show us that, we haven't seen anything yet? And even at the end of the regular season, they were on a 6-game losing streak before they went there. And I told Tyler, and I asked him, and he said, well, what did you say to those guys? And I said, well, I told them that it's just a really deep team. There's too much veteran leadership on this team to just go up there and S the bed and not score any goals. It's going to take them a little bit to get ramped up, but we have such a deep team right now. Up and down the lineup, you have a lot of guys that can score. So for them to be so just anemic goal scoring, it's just, you knew it hopefully wouldn't last. You worried that it wasn't going to, they weren't going to find it in time, because you don't have much time when you go up there and all of a sudden you're in the playoffs. But it's happening now, and it's so fun. They're so fun to watch right now. All of the guys have bought in. We had Tyler on again today, and I said, you know, they're all struggling with the bubble situation, but it's like at this point you're already there.
Yeah.
Just finish it out.
Right.
You're there.
Well, and now it's like you've won your first round and now you're up 2-0 in the second round and you're like, all the constipation doesn't matter anymore.
Exactly.
Now you're cleared out. Like you're getting cleared out. Like you're like, it's the Miralax kicked in. We're all
the
good.
Miralax kicked in. Now
and Miralax takes a long time to work. That's not an immediate thing.
But we want it to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like they will. And the team that they're beating right now is a really good team. And so just the fact that they are up 2 games on them, you have to feel confident about them somehow trying to figure out a way to win this series and then go from there to the Western Conference Finals. They're talking about maybe bringing family in
what are you gonna do
for the Western Conference Finals. But from what it sounds like to me, they're almost trying to make it sound so complicated that the family will just be like, nah, I don't really.
I'm out.
And that's kind of probably what I'll do unless things change. They're talking about quarantining for like a week once you get there before you can even see your husband or boyfriend. Yeah. And then once they're done, staying there like another week. It's all just because of the Canadian government and their laws right now. I'm like, I'm working with kids. I can't go sit in a hotel room for a week, but I do want to be there. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, the Stars are going really well right now. So we'll hope that continues into next week in our next show. The Mavs are doing really well. They play tonight against the Clippers in Game 5. Kristaps Porzingis cannot play, so that is a little worrisome. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. They did fine without him, though.
They did fine. They did. And you got to cover a win last night.
Finally, for the love. 8-game losing streak over. Now it gets weird time because now so many of our veterans aren't playing. So many of the young guys are playing. The trade deadline's coming.
Yeah.
So the next week is going to be really interesting to see how this thing plays out. You don't know how aggressive anyone's going to be because basically, half the league is going to make the playoffs. So you don't know how aggressive people are going to be. It's hard to evaluate talent because there's no minor league season going on. So they've got a couple of very valuable assets in Lance Lynn, Rafael Montero, Jonathan Hernandez. Those are probably the 3 guys that you look at. Shin-Soo Choo does have some, veteran value, and he's on the last year of his contract. So it'll be interesting. It's been a tough season. I mean, we played some good baseball there for a little while. Actually, we didn't even play that great of baseball, but they won. They were able to win games, but they didn't do it very pretty, which you don't get style points, so who cares? But some things got exposed during that 8-game losing streak, and it's hard in a 60-game season to recover from something like that. But, you never know. I mean, that we're just about halfway through the season, and, it's like I tell people all the time, I'm glad to be back at work. I'm glad that we have games. I'm glad that our sport is making it work without a bubble because I've been honestly, as so surprised that we've gotten this far. So hoping for everyone to just stay healthy, and I'm hoping that we can, start stringing some wins together so this thing isn't a total lost cause.
Yeah. It always feels weird for me, especially when you're covering a team around the trade deadline.
I know.
It's just weird to interview the guys. Yeah. Everyone's kind of on edge. There's people you like that you don't want to see go, and especially because they're some of your best players. You're like, well, I don't want to give them up because this is all we got. But it makes sense to try and get something back. So I see both sides of it, but I feel for you.
It's definitely a huge reminder that it is a business.
It is.
It's a business.
It's all a business. So that was our sports. Did we cover everything?
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Okay. Now it's time for something a little fun.
Yes. So this is obviously the Mom Game, the name of our show.
It is.
And we often deviate into all kinds of crazy things. We've had a lot of athletes on. We don't necessarily talk about momming that much. But I think that it's time we do that and just get a gauge for where each other is at when it comes to the way that we mom. And this might also be fun for people who are listening and want to do this exact same quiz with us. We will tweet it out from our Twitter account. So y'all let us know how you do.
So this is the What Kind of Mom Are You quiz. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we start with question 1 and go back and forth?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Question 1. When your kids ask you for something and you say just a minute, what you're really thinking is A, I'll get it for you in a minute. B, I'll get it for you as soon as I'm done with the dishes, the laundry, and I get off my conference call. C, pretend like you didn't hear and hope they forget. I am such a B. It's ridiculous. B, all the way.
So you say you're doing all these other things.
Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, you need me to get something for you? Well, I've got all this other shit to do first, also for our household and our family. And then once I get done with that, I'm happy to help you with your open up your chips.
That's too much information. Yeah. Just open my damn chips.
Right, exactly.
I say I'll get it for you in a minute. And then I maybe return. My kids are little enough that I can see if they ask me again.
Because they might forget. God, yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
It's short-term memory.
It won't last that long.
I know.
Enjoy these days because they'll be over soon.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, they'll be over soon, and then they'll turn into like relentless. Like Hattie will ask me like if I don't answer within like 0.2 seconds, they ask again, and I'm like, oh my god. Can you give me 2 seconds to respond?
Let me breathe, kid.
Let me at least process what you just said to me.
But in their little world, that's all that matters.
Oh yeah.
At that point
open the fucking chips. Yeah.
Right. It's 9 p.m. on a Tuesday. This is a good one for us, I feel like. It's 9 p.m. on a Tuesday. You are A, going to sleep, B, making a second dinner and executing the final details on your kid's school project, or C, uncorking a bottle of rosé.
C. Yeah. I don't go to sleep before 9. Sometimes I do. I'll get in bed and we'll watch a show or something, but I will have a glass of wine in bed.
Yeah.
Which is
in bed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you leave your cup there all night? Because I feel like you wouldn't be able to do that.
No, I will go put it in the bathroom when I go brush my teeth.
Bathroom. So then you wake up to the empty glass.
Then I do. And then I take it in the kitchen in the morning. And my kids are like, why are you drinking wine in the morning? And I'm like, it was from last night. I mean, I can't tell you how many times they've said that. Why are you drinking wine in the morning?
Mom.
And I'm like, I'm not drinking wine in the morning. I just didn't bring it in here last night. We shut the house down. We put the dogs up. Daddy and I were watching a movie, had a glass of wine. Like, I'm trying to remember the last time I went to bed. I can't, like, the glass of wine for me is like, congratulations.
Yeah.
You did it.
Yeah.
You made it through another day as a human being without killing either of your children. Mm-hmm. And you're still married. Like, congratulations.
We're doing great. We're doing great here.
You should reward yourself with a heavy pour of Scout and Cellar wine. And that's what I do. And so, yes, I would be uncorking a bottle of rosé.
Same here. But I don't drink it in my bed.
Oh, okay. Don't make me feel bad about that.
No, you don't feel bad. It's just different.
Okay. Number 3, during a game of hide and seek, you hide in the closet. What you're actually doing is A, waiting patiently to be found, B, organizing it, C, shopping for a new pair of shoes. This one is not hard. B for me.
You're organizing it.
B for me. Yeah.
You can't like see it without organizing it.
No, I mean, I just make sure everything's just where it's supposed to be. Like if I'm going to be in there. Yeah.
Mine is not necessarily this exactly, but I said shopping for a new pair of shoes.
Okay.
Because I just get distracted and I'm like, oh, a little alone time. What can I, like, what do I need on Amazon? Like, and I usually go to the phone to find something to do. Yeah. Until my kids find me and it's like, dang.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a really good, way to, hopefully you found a really good hiding place.
Yeah. And then sometimes
to where you won't get discovered.
Sometimes it's like, 40 minutes and the poor kids are
40.
Well, if my spot's really good, like,
that's aggressive.
I mean, they are little kids. They're not going to find me. They're not that smart when it comes to hiding spots.
Man.
And I'm like, oh, you'll never find me up in the attic.
We're going to, especially when I close it behind me.
Right.
We may have to
bring my wine up there.
There you go. Pick up hide and seek at our house.
You should.
Okay. This has been a while for both of us. While you're changing your baby's diaper, you're thinking, A, I'm going to miss this when they're older. B, which side hustle should I pick? Maybe all 3. C, one day I'll get them back. # old age. I think mine is B.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because my wheels are always spinning about what could I be doing? What should I be doing?
Yeah.
Like I always talk about this, like my window of opportunity. Like, I'm 43. I've been doing TV for 22 years.
Yeah.
Like, how long is this shit going to last?
Right.
Like, at what point am I going to become the creepy old lady in the clubhouse? And they tell me to kind of politely move on about my way.
Like, dude, whose grandma is
So I
here?
really do feel like I try to, like I've done with the wine business and all that. I mean, all these things I've done, over the course of my career to kind of sprinkle some different things in is because I just want to maximize this time. I want to maximize the fact that I have a job that gives me some exposure, that gives me somewhat of a platform and somewhat of an audience. And and I have a hard time sitting still. So that's probably me. What about you?
Well, you can do the mom game until you're 90.
And we'll just take out the cameras.
We'll just lose the cameras. When we turn 60-ish.
There we go.
let's see. Where was that one? Diaper one. Number 4. Changing baby's diaper. I'm thinking about the same thing. My mind's always going. I feel like with the first baby, it was like, oh, I'm going to miss this. Oh, the little those babies. And the second baby, it's just like.
I did that when I was nursing. There was a part of me that was like, that's so, that's just such a special time with a baby and a mom, and which is weird. I mean, it's not weird. I mean, it's human nature. But I remember thinking like I got to the point where I had weaned myself off pretty much, except for that last late night feed that I would do before, like when I got home from work. And that was like the last, so I come home from work and I would nurse them, or one of, Henry or Hattie, depending on,
separately,
not at the same time. And so I would nurse them and just be like, they're,
it's a moment.
It's a moment. You're like, oh, this is gonna.
I know.
It'll never be like this. And then you think about it, and now they're like big, and I'm like, that was when you were a baby. And
it's a hard concept to
I know,
explain.
and it's really weird for them to understand. Yeah, they get like super freaked out by it.
Well, they're not supposed to like understand all of that yet.
No, they're not.
They're not.
Thank God. Okay. Your kids are trying to show you something for like the millionth time. You are A, actively engaged, B, writing your speech for tonight's PTA meeting while adding healthy food recipes to your Pinterest, C, scrolling through Instagram.
C. Who is really going to pay attention for a million times?
I mean, I listen the first time or two.
I know.
But I know. And God love my husband. But he has the same jokes that he uses.
So you're even applying this to your husband.
And he'll be like, oh, that was a good one. I'm like, honey, it was good. Like the first 48 times you did it. And we all laughed. But let's retire that one. How about another one? Like, he just like
Kelly and Mike are so similar.
Yes, and he thinks he's like looks around, like reads the room, like, did you hear that one? Did you hear that one, guys? And I'll be like, oh my God. Stop. This is the one that he does that drives me crazy right now. So he's got this he's been working out.
Oh, good.
And so he's got like this muscle, like it's called the horseshoe. He's gonna fucking kill me for this. So it's like a little horseshoe. Like, I mean, he's cut.
That's what the muscle is called?
No, but it looks like a horseshoe or something. And we're like, see that? That's where that steer got me. Like a steer kicked him.
Oh gosh.
And I'm like, oh my God. Don't say that out loud in front of anyone else, please.
About his horseshoe muscle.
And then he keeps going. And the kids think it's so hilarious. We'll be driving down the road or whatever, going somewhere, and we see a cow out in the pasture and be like, that's that steer that got me, y'all. And I'll be like, oh my God.
Oh no.
Please
You
stop.
have to tell them kids
stop.
Laughing is different than the real world.
I'm like, just don't say that in front of grown-ups.
Right. Say it to the kids all you want.
Please don't say that in front of
grown-ups. That's impressive. He's got himself a horseshoe muscle.
I guess so.
That's probably not easy. Good for you, Mike.
God love him. God love him.
Kelly said he was going to come back from the bubble all
buff.
Because he's doesn't have anything to do. So
Except for workout.
We'll FaceTime and I'm kind of like,
checking things out.
I'm like, when are you? No, I'm just kidding.
So when's that whole buff transformation going to happen?
You said 3 months on the bubble would do it.
Yeah.
Like, what am I getting out of this deal? No, he's doing great. They're both doing great.
Does he have a horseshoe though?
Probably not.
Steer get him.
Probably not. Okay, so we both suck at that one. We scroll through Instagram while our kids are trying to show us something. Your kids refuse to eat their vegetables again. You A, extol the virtues of healthy eating. B, create funny little shapes with the carrots and tell an animated story about orange people. C, bribe them with the dessert.
C. Yeah, I mean, I don't.
It's the only thing that works.
It is bribery, it pretty much just in general with kids.
I feel like if I had all the time in the world, maybe I would make orange people and animate a story.
How do you even create funny little shapes with carrots?
Well, you could I don't know, like a carrot top head, bite off the head.
Look at you. Oh, Julie with the Pinterest Julie's here.
Put some peas.
Everybody get your notepad out. Oh.
I feel like
it's a big carrot.
And it is a big carrot.
Wow.
Yep. I said cut the peas. I didn't say peas.
Oh,
but
cut the peas. Okay.
I was trying to think. Pepper's too small
for
eyeballs on the carrot. But I don't know. I feel like in another life, I would be a good mom. A really good mom.
I think you're a great mom.
With arts and crafts projects and carrot people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not very creative. I'm just
either.
not, period. Like, it's just not in me. And people are blessed with that, and it's fantastic. Like,
I know.
But I just don't have it. Like, I don't have 1 ounce of it.
I don't either. And even if I had the creativity, it takes so much patience.
Oh my gosh.
Just to sit like a preschool teacher, bless their heart.
Oh my gosh.
That's like all they do all day long.
All day
long, and they love it.
Yeah, and they love it. Or at least they pretend.
Yeah, they do a good job of pretending.
Okay. 7. You haven't worn makeup. When you haven't worn makeup in a week and you put on mascara, you're like, A, I wish I had more time to wear mascara. B, I'm going to do a makeup tutorial on YouTube. C, watch out, Beyonce, Mom is back. C for sure.
Me too.
Yeah. It's look at me
sad.
right now.
Look at us. We have on mascara. Bitches.
I have on eyeliner.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
We look good.
But I will say,
not really.
I will tell you, it's going back to work. I mean, like, I hadn't worn makeup consistently for 9 months.
Yeah.
It was glorious. And now
you're like,
the beating
that
good. Ensues when I get home and have to take this shit off.
Yeah.
Is exhausting.
It is exhausting, but isn't it worth it to feel like Beyonce for a few
hours?
I
don't know that I necessarily even feel like Beyonce. I just don't feel like I look like a washed out, like.
Right. It's a false, like, vision in our minds.
But we
don't look like her.
Right. But I've always said, like, the biggest mistake women make is ever starting to wear makeup.
Yeah.
Because if people have never seen you with makeup on, then they're not disappointed when they see you with makeup off.
Right.
It's just the normal thing.
Who started this?
I don't know. Revlon?
Mary Kay?
Somebody
started this.
Makeup.
I do like having a little help every once in a while.
Yeah. Oh,
This is the only time I really put on makeup is to come do this show.
The only time I put it on is when I'm going to be on TV.
But that's like every day. So at least you get like, I miss that about TV because you kind of just feel like good about yourself when you put in an effort, you have a cute outfit.
Yeah. So same way with heels.
Every day.
So I haven't worn heels in forever. And the other day I wore heels.
Yeah.
And I was like, they were like, what are you doing? Like, my kids were like, why are you wearing high heels? I was like, I just want to remember, like, be sure I remember how to walk in them. Like,
I saw that outfit.
But there's some, like, more than mascara. When I put on a pair of heels, that's when I'm like, okay, like, I love wearing high heels.
Yeah.
I love it.
It feels good.
It does. It makes me feel all womanly. And,
yeah. It looks sexy.
Yeah. I mean, a woman in heels looks sexier than a woman not in heels.
That's true. That's
Period.
true.
Just like tan fat is better than white fat.
That's 100% true as well.
Just saying.
You wore that cute outfit and you were up in the booth and you sang to CJ Nikowski for his birthday.
It was Dave's birthday.
Dave's birthday. Yeah. That's what it was. It was like shades of Marilyn Monroe. You were singing to him happy birthday and you had your heels on. I was like,
awkward.
Damn, Em is killing it tonight.
And then I thought this might be a little creepy because I'm doing like the Marilyn Monroe song to my coworker on live television. But it's like, you're almost like, because I'm such a terrible singer that like you almost have to like parody something just because you don't want people to think you're really trying to sing. And so, then I kind of caught myself like, this is not JFK. And I'm not Marilyn Monroe. Like, I need to dial it back a little bit.
You looked good.
Well, you're sweet. You're sweet.
And I don't wear heels anymore at all. For nothing. Like,
Okay, can we talk about something that's probably TMI?
Bring it.
Girl, bunions.
Yeah.
From running. So I need help.
So
like
I don't really know what it is.
So it's just like where your foot comes out, like by your big toe. And then I think now that I've been running so much that I don't know if it's the shoes are rubbing. I don't want to stop running because they're like, oh, you need to get surgery. I'm like, oh, then how long am I out? And they're like, oh, a couple months. I'm like, oh, no. That's not an option.
Why do you have to get surgery? Does it hurt?
Now they're starting to hurt.
Oh.
And so I ordered. So first of all, AI, Facebook ads.
Creepy.
Okay, so I swear to you, we're at the pool on, I can't remember what day it was, Saturday or Sunday. And Henry was like, I don't know where he heard the word bunions, but he's like, Mom, your bunions. And I was like, oh,
how rude.
Swear to God, like the next day, there's bunion ads on my Facebook feed. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try. So I've ordered something. I think it's coming from like Britain, but I don't know. This is like supposedly the best
bunion capital of the world.
Doesn't bunion just sound gross? Like I feel
bad.
Like it does. It sounds
bad, and I don't think it's as bad as it sounds. If it's just like a bump on, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
get
just
them
like
little
right
ones.
there.
But I don't run.
But I
play
think
tennis.
it's too. It's like where your bone is sticking out, so it's not just like a blister or something or calluses. It's like
your bone is changing
because
its
you're
shape.
right, and because your big toes starting to go they're starting to go that way and like curve out and stick. I don't know, whatever.
Oh.
So if you're a podiatrist or something,
then
give me
hit us up.
Ideas about bunions.
Foot doctor.
Let me know.
You know what my phone's been doing is electric toothbrushes. I keep getting all these ads for electric toothbrushes because we talk about it. Like, I don't need one because Cowden Cosmetic Dentistry has provided us one.
I know.
Which is great, and I'm finally used to it, by the way. It scared me a little bit at first.
I know. It is weird. It is weird. Okay.
Where are we at?
We're done with bunions.
Okay.
Okay. Your kids tell you they're bored. You, A, give them the iPad. B, invent an elaborate game that lasts 3 hours. C, say welcome to the club. C,
I feel like I'm B and C combination. I won't invent an elaborate game that lasts 3 hours, but I'll try to get them to
find something.
Yeah. Like play with their little toys or.
Yeah. And I'll give like a list of options. Like today before I left the house, we went to Fossil Rim today, which was our little excursion. Field trip. And then I Henry had a friend over and I let them play, Fortnite or whatever. And then I was like, all right, off the devices, get outside. And so I'll give them option. Well, what do we do? I'm like, you can shoot hoops, you can ride bikes. You can go play golf in the green space, like whatever. Like give them some options. Yeah. To where or rattle off some games. You can play Uno or whatever. But I'm not creating a game. But I do try to give them ideas.
Yeah. That's kind of how I am too.
Yeah. If I gave them the iPad every time they said they were bored, it'd be
all
screwed.
The time. And the little ones turn into legit monsters.
Yeah.
After you take that iPad away. So it's not even worth it. What do we have? When you say, I'm not going to ask you again. And this one got a little cut off for me. Can you read this one?
When you say, I'm not going to ask you again, you actually, A, ask them 3 more times. B, stick to your word, don't waver, and schedule the timeout. C, go into your room and stream Netflix. You need a timeout. I'm pretty good about sticking to my word. Mm-hmm. I mean, not all the time, but I'm not going to ask you again means like, and if you don't do it, then you're screwed.
Then you have to go to timeout.
Yeah. Or do something like there's some punishment involved.
Yeah, I agree. I'm B, also sometimes C though. Like if it's the end of the day and I'm just over it, and they aren't listening or throwing a fit, I just say, I'm going to walk away. Come talk to me like when you're ready to listen. And then I just go like put on a show and hope that they figure it out all on their own over there in the other room. You yell at your kids. We've talked about this.
Yep.
It does happen. You, A, feel horrible, cry, and apologize 1,000 times. B, turn it into a teaching moment, complete with 4 life lessons. Or C, don't harp on it for a second.
I'm B, not with 4 life lessons, but I do. When I yell, I get angry, we talk about it. Like, I'm like, dude, I shouldn't have, I'm sorry I got upset, but this is why I got upset. And this, if this didn't happen, mommy wouldn't have gotten upset. So I do try to explain. I mean, and you hate it. I hate it when I do it, especially when I totally lose my shit. But it does happen. And I feel like that's important. Like it's important to have, and it's part of life, what I mean, in general. And so I'm not going to pretend like everything's hunky dory and, roses and daffodils. And so, I mean, shit happens. And, I do try to make it a teaching moment, but no 4 life lessons. Let's just try to keep it to 1.
I'm kind of with you. Every once in a while, I won't cry, but I'll apologize. If I feel like it got bad. Quick story the other day, I had a reminder because even a 5-year-old, they remember these things and they think about these things and process them. And I got mad at him because he wouldn't get out of the shower. Like Anna was out running around and I was trying to get him out of the shower and he wouldn't. So I kind of forced him, I grabbed him and I was like, you have to get out of the shower, bud. Like you can't just stand there forever. And he started crying. The next morning he wakes up. First thing he says, he's like, Mom, the reason I didn't want to get out of the shower is because I thought I was going to be cold. First thing the next morning.
Because he was thinking about it.
He was thinking about it. And then I felt terrible. But it's it was just a reminder. That
and it's crazy the stuff that sticks with them and then the stuff that doesn't.
Yes.
And you never know what that's going to be.
I know.
Yeah.
They are very thoughtful, these little ones. It's the weekend. You are A, crafting at home with the kids, B, attending 2 birthday parties and a soccer game simultaneously, or C, at the spa.
Attending 2 birthday parties and a soccer game simultaneously.
Yep, me too.
All right, it's your kid's 5th birthday party. What does that look like? A park party with the entire class. B, a DIY all the way. I'm even making the candles for the cake. That's effing crazy. C, birthday parties aren't really my thing. We don't do the entire class. I like Henry's birthday. We're doing actually on Monday. We never got to celebrate it. And we're doing a ballpark tour with 6 of his friends. They're going to go to the ballpark, go eat at Joe T. Garcia's Mexican food, and then slumber party at our house. we keep it simple.
Fun. Can I come?
Yeah, for sure. We usually do it at the ballpark every year.
That's
and
awesome.
So he won't get to do it. He won't get to do it at a game. So we're just going to do the tour of the ballpark this year. He's had every birthday since he was 1. Every birthday has been at the ballpark.
That's awesome.
So
one of the perks.
Yes, absolutely.
He gets to see a brand new ballpark. So even without people, that should be really cool. I'm same as you. I'll do a park party, something easy like that. But we definitely celebrate birthdays around my house.
Oh, look at this question. Well, it's Halloween. What's the costume situation? A, family costumes. We're each a character from Harry Potter.
No.
B, I'm sewing all the kids' costumes by hand this year. I have 5 kids. C, I'm a sex kitten. My partner is a mouse. Kids are trick-or-treating with a sitter. None of the above.
That made me laugh so hard.
But listen,
I'm a
Halloween
sex kitten. My partner is a
oh my
mouse.
gosh, Halloween is so the time when the sexy everything comes out. Sexy
Does that,
kitten.
do you know
sexy
moms
nurse.
that do that? Like grown up moms?
Yeah. We have a neighborhood, like a friend who has a big party every year for Halloween, and people still they want to rock the sexy somehow. Sexy kitten, sexy mouse, sexy.
Like, who are you trying to impress?
I don't know.
Your kids?
It's just but it's like you can get away with it that day. We also have a friend in our neighborhood who walks around in scrubs and with a rubber glove and says he's a gynecologist.
Oh, God.
I'm like, it's not okay. What are you doing?
That's disgusting.
It's awful. Yeah.
Does he tell the kids that?
No, that's the grown-ups.
Like, don't go to the guy with the rubber gloves house
right,
for treats.
No, I mean, he's it's not like, I mean, he's trying to be funny.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's funny.
I mean, the first
also like,
year I was like, oh, haha, weird. And then the second year I was like, whoa, you're still doing this.
Well, it's aggressive because you're going to see so many neighbors and that's going to be your thing. You're going to be the guy that dresses like the gynecologist.
He doesn't give 2 shits. I assure you. Yeah.
I guess he doesn't. That's funny.
Okay, last one. Which Bad Moms character do you most identify with? Kiki, Kristen Bell's character, Amy, Mila Kunis's character, Carla, Catherine Hahn's character. I can't remember them.
I mean, Kristen Bell was really buttoned up, like prim and proper.
Okay, that's not me.
I mean, I feel like we would both be like Mila Kunis.
Yeah, I think so too.
She was kind of more middle of the road, and then Catherine Hahn was just like a wild ass.
Oh, she was like the super slutty one, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was super slutty.
I'm going B. I
think you're more C.
Stop it.
Just kidding. So, and then the whole thing, it says if you chose mostly A's, you're an amazing mom. You always put your kids first. Blah 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 blah. I don't think it had to be A's. I feel like we're all amazing moms here.
I do too.
I don't need this quiz telling me that
if you chose B's, you're a total badass. You make stuff happen when the rest of us are sleeping.
On number 14, you're a skink.
Type A mom, we bow down. If you did mostly C's, you're the mom we all secretly aspire to be. Your house is always full of fun and laughter. You don't take it all too seriously, yet somehow manage to have rad, well-adjusted kids. Well, I think the fact that we keep children alive.
Okay, that makes sense. Were you mostly C's?
I think I was mostly B's.
Mostly B's. Total badass. Make stuff happen when the rest of us are sleeping or watching TV.
Yeah, type A.
Okay, that's you.
Type A.
We bow down, it says. I bow down to you. I'm mostly
I think
C.
you're a C, yeah.
I'm definitely a C. We do laugh a lot in my house. I don't take it too seriously.
Yep.
And somehow my kids survive.
Rad. I want to bring rad back.
Yeah.
The adjective.
I've been bringing it back because of
like
Alexander Radulov.
Okay, I like it.
It's made me think about using the word rad more. Yeah. This was a rad episode.
This was a rad episode.
We got sports.
So fun. Next week we have a guest. Yes. I can't wait to have him on.
Shit's going to get weird next week.
No kidding. Because I am so excited to have him outnumbered. It's so exciting.
It's going to be fun. Wait,
before we go, our friends at Cutting Edge Cryo. So I went on I think this is my 4th or 5th session. I'm obsessed and I'm so close to, I think, posting before and after pictures. Ooh. Maybe after one more session. But anyway,
I can't wait.
They're phenomenal. Mm-hmm. They've been great to us. They're a big supporter of the show and it's basically freezing fat cells. Yep. And it's serious when they tell you can't eat or drink 2 hours before and 2 hours after. Yeah. Like this isn't just some little whatever. So anyway, I've been working on I did my love handles and now I'm doing like the front of my stomach.
That's what I'm doing too.
And I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it too.
Did you take a before picture?
I think she took a picture. I don't know.
I took one myself just like in my room.
Then I didn't. No.
I did just to see.
But no,
we'll see. I get real weirded out by that kind of stuff. But I did. Okay. I mean, I posted a picture of myself in a bathing suit when I was on vacation. So I guess what's different?
Really good.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Thanks to Cutting Edge Cryo.
Thank
partly
you. Yes.
For that.
Yes.
And
no kidding.
They've got all kinds. They have facials. They have the big. I did the
big cryo machine.
Yes, the big cryo machine where you stand in and it takes your body temperature way down, and then you're like burning calories for the next 2 or 3 hours when you're just sitting on your butt.
Yeah. They're awesome.
It's awesome. We love them. We love Cowden Cosmetic Dentistry. If you want to get in on all the fun here, let us know.
Yes, we're looking for, we're always happy to have new sponsors. We love, interacting, especially with small businesses. I feel like that's our kind of our niche. Yep. But back to next week as we wrap this up, Dan McDowell from The Ticket, who is antagonizer number 1.
Yes.
Like, I can't wait to get him in here, like right there.
Oh my God.
And just pepper him.
Let's make him so uncomfortable.
Oh, I cannot wait.
I'm
going to talk about periods.
Well, he's got 2 teenage girls. I know. That's why I think this is going to be fun.
Right.
And I want him to come with like some of his questions, parenting questions.
Yes.
Because
I'm
going to talk about.
I'm going to talk about like his daughter. What base has she reached yet?
Oh God,
the second base,
like you did Adrian Beltre.
Exactly.
You're good at making the dudes uncomfortable with daughter talk. So this is going to be really good.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
Dan is. I mean, he's a mess, but he's harmless.
He's harmless
for the most part. But he'll be a fun guest.
He'll be a fun guest, and he is a P1 of the mom game.
Yeah, awesome.
He loves the mom game. He says.
Love that.
Yeah, so that'll be fun next week. And until then, our sports are going to keep on keeping on.
I know. We'll be back next week with Dan McDowell and Sports Squirts.
We can invite him into the Sports Squirts.
More Sports Squirts for you.
Yes,
all right.
It'll be great.
Y'all be good. Have a great week.
Peace out.
Mom Game out.